Hey, welcome to Davita's Stampin' Spot. It's Monday night at 8 o'clock. I actually made it on time tonight for a change. As you know, that's something unusual for me, unfortunately. I hope you're having a great Christmas season. We had our team meeting on Saturday, and Misty shared a really fun card with us. And so I'm going to share that with you tonight. And then as we were making that card, Dana and I were talking and talked about another way to use part of the parts and pieces that Misty's card used. So I'm going to show you an additional project using one of the extra parts. So I'm going to flip the camera around here. We can get started. That looks dark, but I promise I have all the lights I usually have on. I guess maybe it's because it gets dark so early now. I knocked over some stuff and I can tell there we go, it's a little bit better. All right, so I wanted to show you I'm starting with all whites and we're going to just add color to them. This is some of the red and white glimmer paper. It is right now currently unavailable, but that means it will be coming back in stock. So I'm using that. I'm using some of the frayed white ribbon. Looks like this. We're going to do something fun with that. And then I'm using the Wintry 3D embossing folder. And you can see I embossed the paper with the snowflakes. It's got snowflakes and ferns. And I'm using the snowflakes. And then I have some white card base here. All right. I always forget to mention this. Davita's Stampin' Spot on Facebook and YouTube. I am starting to also do some stuff on Instagram, very slowly getting started over there. So you can check me out at stamping_KC. And if you want to place an order, I would be so happy if you would place it with me. I will warn you that orders for Christmas are probably not going to happen. We've had such great sales going on that the warehouse is way behind on getting orders out. Let me take a quick stop here. So what I'm doing, this is Melon Mamba, and I'm using my blending brush and I'm just blending in color and I'm going to go halfway. They are so busy right now that even Shelly, the lady that started Stampin' Up! Over 30 years ago, almost 35 years ago, was actually on the picking line, helping pick orders to get our orders out. So if you find some goodies that you want and waiting till after Christmas isn't a problem, make sure you check it out. I tell you, there's some amazing deals on the clearance rack, a lot of items on the last chance. Our Christmas catalog ends January 5th, and they've made some things as low or 60% off or more. All right, so here's part of the cool part. Melon Mamba and Bermuda Bay. I know you guys are going to laugh, but look what happens when you mix them together. Looks like I didn't put quite enough pink on there. Guess what color we're going to get? And if you know what my favorite color is, you know what that's going to be. I'm going to go back and add some more pink to it. You get purple, you guessed it. And it's too bright, and it's making a Highland Heather, which is one of our softer pink or softer purples in the Subtles collection. So look there. So I got 3 colors out of 2 inks. Isn't that fun? And I was so excited when I saw this. And oops. Dip it in the wrong color, and that causes a bit of a problem here. All right, so I really wanted to draw out the images. On Saturday at the meeting, we also had where we were just doing tone on tone, and we added soft suede to soft suede paper. It's amazing how it made the brick impression come out so strong on the embossed image. All right, so there we go. So there's one of our pieces. Now I'm going to do the same thing to the glimmer paper. I'm going to start with the pink and go off the edge. And whenever you're using your blending brush, remember you always want to start off the edge where you get those, see these thumb marks is what I call them. You're going to get that on your paper if you don't go on the side first. It's taken me a while to remember to do that. I have to admit, I get in a hurry and I want to add color, and a lot of times I forget. And I add, and I get too quickly, and then I get those globs on my paper, and I don't like that. Isn't that gorgeous? Look at that glimmer paper. Look how that shines. All right, so I've colored those two things. Now what we're going to do is we're going to grab the ribbon, and as you can see, I just have a really small piece here. And what I'm going to do is, I got to find the right end here. There we go. I'm going, oops, I grabbed the wrong, maybe not, let's see. I'm going to fray, no, I grabbed the wrong end. Dana and I had this discussion on Saturday. You have to make sure you grab the right end. And if I would have gone with my instinct, I had the correct side the first time. So we'll go back over here. And you're going to find that ribbon, and you're just going to pull. And as you do that, it makes frayed images. Now neither one of these sides really want, there we go. Now it's working. And I will tell you, if you're not on camera, this goes really quick and easy, and I didn't have any issues with it. So now, of course, I am. And so let me start again. It really isn't hard. I promise, I promise. All right, let's try again. So you pull on the string, look at that, and it just unwinds. Okay, and what it does is it gives you this great frayed look. And people have told me about this. And to be honest, when I get back to my craft room to stamp, I always forget about it. And I was so glad Misty added this to our make and take. One of the gals there added some color. So I'm going to try that tonight. I'm going to do it. I probably should have done it before I started fraying it, but I'm going to try it like this. Add a little bit of color. It's always fun when we get together because, and this happens at classes or at team events, one person starts with an idea and then we kind of brainstorm. And before you know it, we come up with even new and better ideas because we help each other come up with great ideas. So look at that. Isn't that pretty? All right, I want to keep some of the end here so that I can attach it to my card. And I'm going to cut this extra off. And this is what Dana shared with me. All right. Okay. So there's my fray. So now you know what color I'm going to add to this. Of course, I'm going to do purple. So I've got my white base here because I want something between my purple and my colors so that it really pops. I did use my layering circles. I don't know how you craft without them because I love it. They've got the solid circles and then they have the scalloped so that you can layer everything. So what I did was I grabbed my layering circles, and there's, I believe it's 16. I can't remember. I think there's 15 pieces. So I did the outside with the purple and the inside with my glimmer paper. But look at all those sizes, and it's so versatile. All right, so I've got that piece down, and I wanted to go from light to dark. And here's my oval. I'm going to glue this down. Aren't you shocked? I actually made sure I had a glue bottle that had liquid in it tonight. You didn't have to watch me fumble for liquid glue. Now, I like tear tape because I like stuff to stick down. I like to know that it's not going anywhere. So I'm going to take a little bit of tear tape, going to turn this over, and I'm going to use the tear tape to tape this down. Now, if I was going to glue it down flat, I'd pull this tear tape off. But since I'm going to pop it up, I'm just going to leave it. All right. Oh, shoot. Oh, okay. grab my dimensionals. So if you've ever thought about joining Stampin' Up, we have celebrations starting in January. And I think this maybe is one of the best offers that they've had. If you would love to have one of the mini die cut machines, you can get that as part of your starter kit, or you can pay a little less. I didn't put that on right. Well, I guess that's what we're going with. You can pay a little less, but you're going to get $175 worth of merchandise for $99. Or if you want the die cut machine, it's $129. Really good deal. All right, look at that color. Isn't that pretty? All right, so I took a strip that was about 3.5 inches long, and I grabbed my punch. I had my punch. Where did I put it? Oh, we talked about this on Saturday. We can't craft without building stacks and stacks of stuff. And then when you try to find something, you can't find it because you got everything stacked up. All right, well, I will have to post the punch because I can't. I'll grab my catalog here. Show you the punch I used. I used this banner pick-a-punch to put my angle on here. Banners pick-a-punch, and probably now that I tell you that, I will see it laying here. Maybe. All right. So I used that and I punched out both ends. And then I stamped the greeting, Christmas greetings, and it is from the Trees for Sale, this greeting right here. And of course I stamped it in purple so that it would go with my card. And then I'm going to just directly attach that. And I was at school today and I was thinking about what I maybe wanted to share tonight. And I wanted to do a gift card holder, because I know if you're like I am, the older family or kids or grandkids get gift cards become a very common thing that you give. So my other project, I'm actually sharing two tonight, will be a gift card holder. All right, so we're going to put that right on top of the Highland Heather. Isn't that pretty? I will show you the one I made Saturday. I didn't color the frayed ribbon. I'll show you the difference in them. So the starter kit will be available starting January 5th. And like I said, it's a really good deal. Okay, so there's that one in the white. Oh, I need to add one gem here. These are the pastel pearls, and I know you've seen me use these many times. I'm going to pull off one of these softer ones. Put it right there. And there's my card. Here is the card that I made on Saturday. So it has just a little bit different look with the white. Actually, that's not the one I made Saturday. It was all in white background. Well, this is one I made earlier today with just the white. And then this one has the colored fray. So it's just kind of fun to see the difference there. So as Dana and I were crafting on Saturday, she says, hey, now when you pull that ribbon off, don't throw it away because you can use it. So in my second project, we're going to use that fray. This is an old idea that I'm going to share with you. I've done it for many years, but it's one that is so simple and easy, and I'm going to share it with you again. So you're going to take a normal envelope. These are the envelopes that we sell, and we're going to cut it at go this way. All right, so I'm going to cut kind of at a triangle shape, because if you cut it straight, the flat edges. So as you can see, I'll try to lay it here on the desk. It's got an angle to it, okay, like that. And we're going to glue this side down. And my first step I'm going to do is put the ribbon down, because so many times I forget to do this step. Matter of fact, I forgot it today when I was creating. I had to pull paper up and try to fix it. So we're going to take it, lay it like that, half, and then I'm going to use, where my glue dots? There. I'm going to adhere the ribbon. I'm not real worried about the front because I'm going to cover it up with paper, but I do want the back to lay down and to be attached. I do not like it when it flops around. So I'm going to put 2 on the back. I'm going to put one right close to the fold here, and then I'm going to put one right at the edge. The nice thing with this is that it's a simple technique, but by using different papers, different ribbons, different covered envelopes, you can make it look very, very different and provide a unique card for each person or gift card holder. All right, so then I'm going to grab some garden green cardstock that I've cut. And I stamped the flowers from Merriest Moments. I've got 2 of those. And this is some of the Sweetest Christmas, I believe it's called. Let me see here. Yep, Sweetest Christmas Designer Series paper. If you're looking at the papers, you're going to see it's the paper with candy canes. I love this paper. I actually did not buy the candy canes, but I love the paper. So we're going to put that on there, and then we're going to lay it right over the top of that. So like I said, it covers up that ribbon. So what would be fun with this is if you know that your person you're giving it to and they like trucks, you can design this with a truck image. You can do cars, you can do flowers, you can do kids, anything you want. So kind of personalize it, but you're not spending a lot of money or time or energy on a card and an envelope. It's just the envelope. All right, so I stamped 2 flowers and cut them out there from the Merriest Moments stamp set. Put the flower together. And I'm going to add my other gems. Where did I put them? There. We're going to add a bright yellow to the middle of this. And I don't know how many of you have gotten the framed florets. It's one of the stamp sets that's going to be available in January, but we could pre-order it, and you can pre-order it now. These are the flame florets dies, and I love this image. You're going to see, I'm sure you're going, oh my gosh, she's showing us that again. Yes, I am, because I think it is so versatile. I don't want this popped up because I want to pop my flower up. So I'm going to glue this down. All right, so now for the frayed ribbon. I wanted something soft behind here. And you could color this if you wanted to. Take your blending brush with ink, or you could take your blends and color them as well. Just realized I hadn't looked for comments just here. See if they'll show up for me. Hey, Marilyn. Hello from Topeka. Lois, glad you're here. All right. So I'm going to take this and I'm going to put a strip of tear tape down. It's a little too big here because it's in the area where I'm going to put my flower, and I want something so all this back and forth that I'm going to do with the frayed ribbon will have a place to stick. and I don't want an end showing. So I'm going to start here. And then you need to look at what image you're adding, because you want it to go out farther than that so you can see it. We're going to come down like that, and we're going to go back like this. And because it's underneath this flower, you don't really have to worry about it being spaced a particular amount or any of that, because it's just going to kind of fill in and provide some depth to your flower. Add that. So now I'm using that whole piece of ribbon and not just the part I put on the first card. All right, then we're going to add some dimensionals to this. I did not finish this, to be honest. I got this far and my husband was ready for dinner tonight. And then we got busy doing some other stuff here around the house. And I didn't get it finished. So I'm going to show you the front like this, but then you'll need to finish the inside, but I'll show you what you need to do or tell you what you need to do. So I stamped this in garden green, and now I realized I really do need that punch because I need to punch the edges. All right, I'm using the Christmas greetings from Trees for Sale. All right, and since I don't have a punch here, I'm sure once I do this, I will find it. I'm always a little nervous when I do this because I'm always afraid I'm not going to get it to look quite right. And that's why I love that punch, because it actually is set to do 3 different widths of paper. And then there's 2 different cut designs. So you have one, so you can basically get 6 different cuts out of the one punch. And because I'm going to just give this to somebody, the edges can go off the edge, the ends of this, because we're not putting it in an envelope because it is the envelope. Put dimensionals on here. So what I normally do on the inside, you saw that I folded the one piece down and sealed it. The other flap, there we go. Isn't that pretty? The other flap, what I always do here is I just write in pen or marker. I just put lift up. And I use an exclamation point because Stampin' Up! Has an exclamation point. So they can lift this up. I will decorate this. I'll probably stamp. Well, actually, I'll show you what I'll do. You want just a little bit of color, but you don't want to completely distract from what their instructions are. So stamp that there. So there's some color, and I'll probably stamp over here. And I hope that image works. Not too bad considering. All right. So then you can put your money, your gift card right in there. Close it up. And yeah, I will fill in the center of that flower, but you know how to do that. Tie this. And you have a gift to give someone. You used very little paper and 1 envelope, and you've got a gift to give somebody. So there, and you've used that frayed ribbon underneath your flower. Here's your card that you started with the ribbon. So those are my 2 projects to share with you tonight. Hope you've enjoyed them. If you need anything before Christmas, if it's something that I would have here that I could loan you or help you out with, please let me know. And I will be on next Monday night at 8 o'clock to share my last Christmas goodies with you. Have a wonderful week. I will see you next Monday at 8. Thanks, guys.